Should I switch from the S23 Ultra to the OnePlus 12? This is tougher than you all would think. So I'm going to need you guys' input. Now, there's benefits to both of these devices. These are both great flagship top tier devices. But I'm struggling because the OnePlus 12 is actually my favorite device. But the S23 Ultra is my most used device because, I've just been using Samsung so long. I'm kind of, caught up in the ecosystem. One UI is my favorite OS. But OnePlus does so many things better than the S23 Ultra, in my opinion. But first off, let's start off, because it's not going to be a long video. Let's start off with the benefits, for the benefits of having the OnePlus 12 as my daily driver. Okay, I'm telling you, this is a hard decision, y'all. It's not easy. First of all, with the OnePlus 12, you're going to get better biometrics. The fingerprint sensor, even though it's not ultrasonic, which doesn't matter to me, it's just as good as the S23 Ultra, but the face unlock is light years better than the face unlock on the S23 Ultra. It just is. So with biometrics, just much better. Now with the fingerprint sensor, they're pretty much even because they're both are great. But because the face unlock on here is better and the fingerprint sensor is excellent, there's better biometrics on the OnePlus 12. Next, the OnePlus 12 has an IR blaster. That's something that the S23 Ultra does not even offer. Of course, you got smart things, but it's not the same. Okay. The IR blaster on the OnePlus 12 is a universal remote control. Okay. So it can control any type of TV, and not just TVs, but different type of thing like your water heater, your AC, just your projector, just all types of things. Now, I know with smart things, but they got to be all Samsung products. And I don't know. Some people have a lot of Samsung products. Most people don't. So not having an IR blaster, for most of you, you don't care. But for me, it matters because if I ever lose my remote, which people do happen to misplace their remote control, I don't have to worry about it. I have the universal remote right in my pocket. Next, the OnePlus 12 has their alert slider. For some people, that's not a big deal, not going to matter. But for me, I like the option of going from sound to silent to vibrate. I like that option. And it gives me that option because it's already on the side of the device right here. Can you see it? Sorry. Well, that's where it is right there. I don't know why I'm having a little trouble with the focusing, but it's right there. So that's a good thing to have. Okay. I like that. Next, the dual stereo speakers. There is no contest, honestly. Now, I'm not saying the S23 Ultra doesn't have good stereo speakers, because they do, but the OnePlus 12 speakers are just superior to that of the S23 Ultra. Those are just the facts, at least to my hearing. Okay, because I know somebody may disagree. Oh no, that's not true. Blah blah. I'm talking about my experience with both of these devices because I've had both of these devices for a long time. And the speakers on the OnePlus 12 gets much louder and they have better stereo sound, fullness and depth of sound. That's why they're better. Next, the OnePlus 12 has a larger battery at 5,400 milliamp hours. S23 Ultra, only 5,000 milliamp hours. Now, it's not necessarily always about the size of the battery, but it's about how well the OS optimizes the battery. So when it comes to optimization or battery life, it's the OnePlus 12 all day, every day. I get 2 full days of battery life without even thinking about it, without even sweating, without even worrying if I'm going to make it. No, 2 full days. I'm only getting 1 full day on the S23 Ultra. And this thing burns the battery whether I use the phone or not. Not so with the OnePlus 12. So when it comes to battery life, much better on the OnePlus 12, no question. Next, battery charging speeds. This is another area where the OnePlus 12 destroys the S23 Ultra. With wired battery charging speeds, 100 watt wired charging. Okay, 100 watts compared to 45 watts that of the S23 Ultra. It's no comparison. 42 minutes, this thing is fully charged. A little over an hour, this thing is fully charged at 45 watts. Okay, now for some of you, that's not the biggest deal, but I'm telling you, it matters if you're in a pinch and you just want to top off your phone. You come home, you got to go out, you just want to top off your phone. Which phone is going to charge way faster in the little bit of time you have? It's going to be undoubtedly the OnePlus 12. And the charger comes in the box with this device, unlike Samsung, which gives you no charger. Next, 50 watt wireless charging. Okay, wireless charging, 50 watts. S23 Ultra, 15 watts, which is an absolute disgrace. For this to call itself an Ultra and only has 15 watt wireless charger is a complete and absolute joke. It just is. 50 watts. Under an hour. Under an hour with this device for wireless charging. Like, I say like 50 minutes. So that's impressive. And it has a larger battery. Okay, keep in mind. Next, 10 watt reverse wireless charging. So if I want to charge my watch or a pair of wireless earbuds, it's going to charge faster. Or if I want to help somebody to give them more charge in their phone, I'm going to be able to do it faster with the OnePlus 12. With the S23 Ultra, 4.5, which is a joke. 4.5. This is 10 watts reverse wireless charging, otherwise known as power share. So when it comes to overall battery charging speeds, the OnePlus 12 annihilates the S23 Ultra. Next, performance. I get better overall performance with the OnePlus 12. It's faster and it's silky smooth with the animations and everything. It just is. I'm telling you, it's more responsive. The Oxygen OS on here is no joke. This phone is just awesome when it comes to performance. It's just everything. Now I'm currently using Nova Launcher, so I'm not using OnePlus Launcher, so the animations is not going to be the same. I don't really need to even tell y'all. It's just, trust me when I tell you. You see other videos that I've done with this device, you'll see that it's just smooth. Oh, well, let me just do this real quick. Let me just go back to Oxygen OS, because some people just need to see it, and that's fine. Okay, so this is the setup for just Oxygen OS. Boom, you come in, out, in and out, smooth animations. I mean, buttery smooth. I'm not saying that the S23 Ultra doesn't have smooth animations. I'm not saying that. It does, but it's not as smooth and definitely not as responsive as this device. It's just not. Regardless of what I'm doing, this thing is just smooth and just a little faster. I just love it. The animations, everything. With the fingerprint sensor, you get a animation along with haptic feedback, which you do not get with the S23 Ultra. So I'm telling you, when it comes to overall performance, the OnePlus 12 is better. Next, which device has the better display? Now, of course, most people are going to automatically assume it's Samsung, because Samsung is king of AMOLED displays. But in this particular situation, also I'm going with the OnePlus 12. You may say, why? Well, you're getting Dolby Vision on here, which you're not getting on the S23 Ultra. And also you have the option to use image sharpening, which can make the image of videos so much clearer and sharper on the OnePlus 12, which I like. And also 1600 nits of sustained brightness. So this is a brighter display. It may not look like it. It may not seem like it on video, but trust me, this device is brighter. Now you can make the S23 just as bright by using the extra brightness toggle, but I'm just talking just straight up. The OnePlus 12 has a brighter display and I like it a little better. It's more vivid. The color's a little more punchy, sharper. I just like it a little bit better. But Samsung has a beast of a display, no question about it, and actually has a bigger display because it's a little bit wider. It has that boxy shape to it, which a lot of people like. But keep in mind, I will say this, when it comes to build quality, both have excellent build quality, but the OnePlus 12 is a lot more comfortable to hold in the hand. It's not as wide and it's definitely not as boxy. It has rounded corners and it's not quite as wide. So it's going to be a little more one-handed friendly when it comes to the display. So keep that in mind. Both have excellent build quality, but the OnePlus 12 is going to be a lot more comfortable. It's a lot more comfortable in my hand anyway. And last but not certainly least is the cameras. Now, I have to say this, and I'm going to be totally honest. It's even when it comes to the cameras on both of these devices, because in certain scenarios, photos are better on the S23 Ultra. In certain scenarios, the photos are better on the OnePlus 12. Videos, pretty much even. They both take excellent videos. So I'm just going to call it even on this. Even with the zoom capabilities, they're both are excellent. So I'm going to call it even when it comes to the cameras. Okay. So those are all the benefits of choosing the OnePlus 12 over that of the S23 Ultra. Let me go over them again for you. Number 1, better biometrics. Number 2, IR blaster. Number 3, alert slider. Number 4, dual stereo speakers. Number 5, larger battery at 5,400 milliamps. 6, better battery life, forget 2 days. 7, better battery charging speeds at 100 watt wired, 50 watt wireless, and 10 watt reverse wireless charging. 8, better overall performance, very fast, silky smooth. Number 9, I like this as the better display with Dolby Vision, image sharpening, 1600 nit sustained brightness. And number 10, great cameras. So now let's check out the benefits of the S23 Ultra. First is the size of this display, which I like a lot, especially when I'm watching content. I just love because it looks like a small little TV. So I like this nice boxy wide shape. I do like it a lot. So the size of the display, 6.8 inches, but it's just a big display. It's wide. And it feels like having a little flat screen TV in your pocket. Number 2, the S Pen. The S Pen, even though I don't use it a whole lot, but man, does it come in handy with certain things. It comes in a lot. It comes in very handy. And this is the Bluetooth S Pen, so I can still take photos with this device. I can still move volume up and down. I could go back and forth with content. I can do a ton of things with this S Pen. That's huge right there. And there are people out there that use the S Pen a whole lot. I don't, but I do like the fact that it's here in those scenarios where I need it. Next, Samsung DeX, another feature I really don't use, but I like the fact that it's there if I decide to use it. Okay, it's nice to have the option to use something, that is there, and you can use it if you decide to use it. At least you know it's there. And I do like the fact that it's there. And with DeX, you can use your TV and use it as like a laptop and use your DeX, but still you'll be able to use your phone and do whatever you want to do on your phone, but it's not affecting, the DeX. It's not like screen mirroring. That's different. With screen mirroring, you can't do that because whatever you're doing on your phone, you're going to be doing on your TV or whatever, screen you're using. But with Samsung DeX, that's not the case. Next, the ecosystem. Now, like I said, I'm in the ecosystem. I got, other Samsung devices. I got Samsung earbuds. I got Samsung watch. I got Samsung tablet. So I'm into the ecosystem, and I got a Samsung TV, and it works very, 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 very well together. So I love Samsung's ecosystem. Okay, OnePlus is trying to build up their ecosystem, but they're not touching Samsung when it comes to overall ecosystem. Next, the operating system, One UI. One UI is my favorite OS. Okay, it just is. It just has so much customization to it, and I've been using it for a very, very long time, and it gets better now. One UI 7.0, I don't care for. I just don't. I know some people out there do. Some people are heavily into AI. I don't care nothing about AI at all. I just don't. So not a big deal for me. But overall, I love One UI. I love, edge panels, edge lighting, all the things that you get that comes with One UI. I'm just so used to it. So One UI is huge. Not that there's anything wrong with Oxygen OS, because it's not, and it's only gotten better over time. For some people, y'all probably feels too many features. It's not, closer to pure stock Android like it used to be. I don't like pure stock Android anyway. I'm a big fan of more customization, the better, because it makes the phone a lot more fun to use. All right, next, Good Lock. Now, Good Lock takes One UI and takes it to a whole nother level. It gives you tons and tons of more ways to customize your device, and I absolutely love that. I love that. Okay, so that's huge. Next, Samsung Pass. Now, Samsung Pass is huge for me because I have so many apps on here, and I got so many different banking apps and just important things where I could literally just use my fingerprint and it fills in my password, my username. It fills in everything, so I don't have to. It just stores it right into my phone. It's secured. All I got to do is use my fingerprint, and boom. It's like when Samsung Pass is almost something I can't live without. Like, I know I could, but it would be very difficult. And like I mentioned before, Samsung Pass is just convenient. Next, Samsung Notes. Now with Samsung stuff, I basically do, my all of my videos with Samsung Notes, because say I'm doing this right now, you can see I got all my notes right here. So Samsung Notes is like literally a must. Like, I just got to have it. There's just no way around it. I got to have Samsung Notes. I need it. Okay. All right. And I mentioned edge panels, edge lighting, live lock screen wallpapers, things like that. It's just unique to Samsung. I'm not saying other, operating systems don't have, live lock screen wallpapers, because I'm sure OnePlus do, even though I don't use them. And I really don't use them on Samsung, honestly, but I like having the option. I usually use HD wallpapers because I want to see a different wallpaper, on the outer display and the inner display every time I turn on the phone. So I'm not even using live lock screen wallpapers, but is there if I want to. And last, again, but certainly not least, is the cameras. Like I said, when it comes to the OnePlus and when it comes to the S23 Ultra, both of these has phenomenal cameras. They're great. They're both even when it comes to overall camera quality and video quality. I love them both. So this is not an easy decision, y'all. I'm telling you. So I need y'all to help me. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. It's just, this is hard, man. Because like One UI is my favorite. There's so many things on this phone that I like that are just so necessary in my everyday life. But the OnePlus, I love not having to worry about the battery. Like, I don't have to charge this phone every day, every 2 days. I like how fast and fluid and smooth it is. I love how bright the display is. I love those speakers. I love the build quality. I love the look. I like the design better than that of the S23 Ultra, even though that's not the biggest deal. Love the battery charging speeds. I love that. Like, this phone is an absolute monster. Came with a case, came with a battery charger. You're not getting none of that with this. Okay. So, but with the Samsung, like I said, I like the bigger display sometimes. Certain features that come with this phone. I love One UI as far as having all of those customizations. Speakers are not bad, but they're not as good as OnePlus. Cameras are great. S Pen, Samsung Pass, Samsung Dex. I like having all those things. So I don't know. Y'all tell me. Help me out in the comment section below. Should I switch from the S23 Ultra to the OnePlus 12? Okay. Like I said, both are top tier, great devices. Both still got a few years of software updates on both. I think 2 years left on both. All right. So thank you guys for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.